Long ago I had fought side by side with General Storm, but now he has united a small army against this country. He's acquired most of the ground assault weaponry, save one, mine. It is here that we've constructed the ultimate series of battle tanks. The General's coming for the prototypes, but most importantly, he's coming for me. Big mistake.
This is Wendy Wilkie reporting live from the outskirts of Schoberg City. I've confirmed reports that a hostile military unit has occupied the inner sections of the city. As of yet, there's no sign of reaction from the Government Department of Defense. I will keep you updated with the latest.
Hey, lady, you can't film here. We're having a paintball tournament. It's hard to call Steel Rain for the PlayStation 1 anything but completely badass. I mean, it is one of the best games for the PlayStation, and it was completely forgotten. It's like a PlayStation greatest hit, but to my knowledge, it was never actually a PlayStation greatest hit. It's tank combat. We've seen tank combat before. There have been a ton of tank games, and I mean, that sounds simple. Drive forward, shoot, choose different kinds of weapons to actually shoot, rinse, repeat, that sort of thing. But this game throws a wrench into that very simple combat because there's this thing called a shield all around your tank. And when your shield is completely gone, by just taking a lot of gunfire from enemies, you're very vulnerable. Like, you can just be completely destroyed in a few shots. But it's not that simple. Here's where the really complicated, intriguing part of the game comes in. For example, if you're just getting shot by enemies right in front of you, the shield will be destroyed in front of you, so your front will be vulnerable. But on your sides and on your back, you still have a shield. So what you do in this case, because you're driving a tank, you turn your cannon so it's facing your butt, and now you still have a shield. You're just shooting enemies with your butt to them. And once your rear end shield is destroyed, you still have two shields on your sides. You turn to one of your sides, turn your cannon to the left and right of you, and you're still being protected. In essence, you basically have a whole bunch of different shields, and when one is destroyed, you have to quickly turn or move in a direction where you will be less vulnerable. I mean, it adds so many great layers to the simple concept of just a tank game that it makes this game fantastic. But that's not the only great thing about this tank game. There's also a ton of different tanks. There's a ton of different automatic or just regular weapons that you can pick up or find around the different missions and levels. There's even this hidden level where you're basically on Mars and your job is to explore Mars, but you basically explore Mars by having this rover with a cannon and just you destroy everything on Mars. Like, you find some kind of remnant of an alien civilization or some kind of Mars rock, blow it up. That's how you explore things with extreme prejudice. And that's basically what you do for all your missions. I mean, the missions might be different, the settings might be different in the game, but the underlining point of every mission is just to blow shit up. And it's really satisfying because the game has fantastic graphics, just big sprawling environments, and just great settings to drive your tank in. The point of the game is you're some kind of soldier in what I'm thinking is the near future, and you're fighting this army who is trying to take over the world, and they're the bad guys. You're just a lone man in a tank, or a bunch of different tanks, and you're just up against the current. But if you play it right, if you play this game like a chess game, having whatever side is least vulnerable facing your enemies, this game could get really, really fun. I mean, this game is all about strategy just because of the really complicated shield mechanics in the game. And of course, there's a lot more strategy. You have all sorts of different tanks with their own special strengths and abilities. Some tanks are fast, some tanks can take a lot of damage. Those are also the sort of things you have to take into account. Some tanks really aren't tanks. They're just like regular cars with like tank accessories on them. And some tanks are just specialized for one specific task, and they just simply will not do good in anything else because they're just unbelievable at like 2 attributes but are absolutely horrible at everything else. There's really not much bad about Steel Rain. I mean, if you're looking for a tank game, this is one of the best. I mean, it still stands the test of time today. These graphics could easily be early PlayStation 2, and the gameplay mechanics and controls, that could easily be something on the PlayStation 4. Steel Rain is a forgotten classic, and I strongly urge you to check it out if you like this type of war combat game, or just like good games in general. It gets an official Stan Birdman rating of an 8.5 out of 10. Thanks for watching. Goodbye, my friends.